Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back and happy Monday. Not to be confused with Tuesday. I've been doing that all morning. All right, guys. Well, we're back to talk about some Real Housewives of Atlanta news, and rightfully so, because as of this weekend, is it this weekend or next week? We're getting the Real Housewives of Atlanta back May 1st, and I cannot wait. My days are starting to blend together. We have our last show in New York City this week. Well, for part of our tour. Of course, we have more things in the works, but you'll have to wait and find out. In the meantime, though, Kenya Moore is explaining where she went wrong in her marriage and is done being the villain on Real Housewives of Atlanta, which makes me sad because Kenya makes a great villain. Not saying like she's not a villain that we don't like to watch. She likes to stir up things, and I think it's so entertaining. I don't want to see her not be a villain. I mean, it's not like we hate her. We love her on the show. So I'm curious to see how she switched things up. And she's offering an update on her divorce, plus talking her feud with Porsha and cast drama and calling Marlo Hampton a snake. Guys, we have all the details and more. So before we jump in, if you haven't already, go ahead, smash that like button. If you're not subscribed, get subscribed. Don't forget to hit that notification bell. And with that, let's jump right in.
It's time for all your binge-worthy pop culture news. Welcome to Up and Adam.
All right, guys. So according to Reality Blurb, and this is no secret, Kenya Moore has twirled her way into the villain seat on The Real Housewives of Atlanta. Now, we know for her, she'd probably call it a throne. Without a doubt, she is the queen of drama, pointing her scepter of shade at every corner of her kingdom. I love the wordage here. For certain fans, it seems impossible to imagine the relinquishment of the crown. Now, however, in an interview with Entertainment Tonight, Kenya proclaimed that she is presenting a different side of herself on the show, one that is carefree, happy, and funny. I'm the Kenya that I always meant to be this season. Okay, and she insisted that she's everyone's friend. No, Kenya, we want to see the drama. I mean, I want the women to get along, but we love the drama. That's why we're watching. We want to escape and get some cotton candy drama, like Chateau She Ain't Done Yet, or More Manor That's Not Done Yet, or Kenya More Hair Care. I mean, all of it. It's all great. Let's get back. The star went on to say, it's so funny because I think that I got pegged into this villain role. And now it's like, girl, just let someone else have the baton. Here, pass the scepter on. Honey, it's over for you. I just think I'm back to reclaiming who I was, always meant to be on the show, lighthearted, fun, and sassy. I'll still tell a bitch off, she said, but I do it with such dignity and grace. Okay, we like that. We'll take that, Kenya. The star believed that she was pegged into the villain role really early, and she said, I just was never able to get out of that. I sort of, in my own way, leaned into it and then was just like, okay, this is old because now this really isn't who I am, and I hate that I've been even perceived this way. I can imagine how this would be a hard role to get out of. One of Jax Taylor's biggest complaints on being on Vanderpump Rules was, you guys always want to make me the bad guy, and you guys see where I get mad, where I lash out, but there are so many other moments where I'm not doing that. But the thing is, just like when the editor came out, the one who got fired for saying that she loved to edit Sheena into crying all the time and kind of portraying her as boy crazy. And then Sheena was like, wait, what the actual, you're doing that on purpose? There are so many other moments where I don't sound like I'm boy crazy. Why are you doing this to me? It's like when the producers figure out that you're good in a role where they think that they can continue to edit you in that role. Stassi being a villain, Jax being a villain, Kenya being a villain, calling Sheena boy crazy. If they peg you for this role, they're going to continue to portray you in that role. So it's really, I think for me, going into watching the new season of Atlanta, it's going to be interesting to see how Kenya was able to get herself out of that, because it's not really just up to her. It's up to her, the editors, production, and the suit and ties at Bravo. Okay. Now, Kenya then referenced that the exit of Porsha Williams, who now has her own spinoff, or did, we don't know if that's going to continue, and seemingly suggested Real Housewives of Atlanta has changed because of it. It's a great season, Kenya said. It's well produced, and it's definitely got us, to be back to honest. And not a lot of girls started self-producing, and we've gotten away from that. And if you watch the show, you can see the show villain versus the real villain. Kenya cryptically addressed her complicated relationship with Porsha and said, I feel that where we were is not necessarily by my own doing, especially in the last seasons. I definitely made that offer for peace, extending that olive branch, and it was not returned. I realized it wasn't me at that point, and I was ready to move on. And yes, I'm free of that situation and happy for people to move on too. Kenya also expressed that when you do all that you can and people still reject your friendship, then let them go. I agree with that. If you're trying to make amends and you're trying to be friends with someone, they've shaded you, they've done wrong things, you've shaded them, you've done wrong things, but now you're like, listen, can we just bury the hatchet and move forward? And they still are like, no, we really love this whole back and forth, whatever altercations on the show. It causes controversy. And you're like, no, but I'm sick of it. Yeah, just let them go. Don't let somebody control your narrative. Take control of that. You were the pilot of your own life. I got that from Sweet Life of Zach and Cody when I was like 10. Okay. She also delved into the subject of her divorce with Marc Daly. This season was about me just coming into my own, reclaiming who I was before the divorce. It's just fun, lighthearted, and me reclaiming my power. I think that I lost a lot of that during my divorce and my marriage, and I feel like I just had to take inventory of myself and figure out, where did I go wrong? Now that I figured it out, it's just back to being me. Kenya added, I think where I went wrong in my marriage was that I lost my voice, which I agree with that 100% because Marc Daly kind of thought for her, told her how to feel, told her, listen, you need to make things right with Nene. He was caught on the hot mic saying that he didn't even like his wife. It was a little cringy. I mean, it was a lot cringy, okay? But she said, I lost my voice in that I thought I had to be a different person and portray myself a different way to people to make that marriage work. Someone that says yes and doesn't speak up and just goes along to get along. And that is completely false. She's saying that's not me. She said that she was afraid that her marriage would fail. I wanted it to work so badly. I waited 46 years to get married. And so I thought I found my prince. I thought I found everything and I didn't want to be divorced because of me. Despite her efforts, Kenya eventually realized that being a strong person is exactly what her daughter needs and not someone to swallow herself or become lost in a marriage for the sake of being married. Although the pageant title holder is happier this season, her divorce is still not finalized. I'm still waiting, still don't have that stamp. He refuses to talk to me about a settlement. Childcare and support and visitation, all of that's been settled already. She said that the only thing left is the money. And he even wants half of More Manor, which is mind-blowing to me. She was building that on the show before he ever came into the picture. I would be pissed if you tried to take my house away, especially after she worked so hard to build it. She also added, we still don't know what he wants because he hasn't said it, because they're waiting for my financial documents. So why are you waiting on my financial documents? Because if you wanted to change child support or something, you can just say that, but that's not what they're asking for. And I just think that when two people are civilized and they know that the relationship is over, you came into this marriage, okay, two successful people on your own. You don't need anything from one another. And I think that you should just be able to say, leave with what you came in with. I agree with her. Kenya, however, wants to focus on the positive. One thing she learned from the divorce was not to take anybody's crap. I did that in my marriage, and I think that where I draw the line and when I put up the healthy boundary, there's no gray area. It's like, if you cross that line, I will cut your head off like a snake, like the snake that you are. One of her returning castmates, in Kenya's opinion, is a snake, starts with an N and ends with an O. Obviously, she's referencing Marlo Hampton. Unfortunately, sometimes people are not who they seem to be, and they have ulterior motives. And I think that if you're in a situation where you really have wanted something so badly for 20 years and you get it, you feel like you need to keep it. And so what do? You come after me. So she's saying that Marlo got her peach, and now she's coming for her. Guys, there's a lot to unpack here. I'm so curious what your thoughts are about all of this. I want to know, are you going to be watching the new season of The Real Housewives of Atlanta, or is it a no-go for you? I know you guys have all of the unfiltered opinions, and that's exactly what I'm asking for. So go ahead, comment below. And before you go, don't forget to smash that like button. If you're not subscribed, get subscribed. Don't forget to go to spillingtealive.com, grab your in-person or live stream tickets for April 28th, because we're going to City Winery in New York City. This is going to be one hell of a week. It's almost over for now. And I love you guys so much. We'll see you so very soon. Bye, guys.